Stay on the track. Shoot. Ow! I just don't bend this way. Ow! Oh! This hurts.
Hi Mom, hi Pops. So we decided we're going to go out and have some fun in the marsh today. Go exploring off to the west some more.
I'm on this video too. The start of that was literally I went to take a step and my leg went down. One leg stayed on top of the snow, the other leg went straight to the ground, which meant I was doing the splits on the top of the snow, which hurt a lot. Right here, I'm just going around the loop. This is the east loop. I'm going to whip around here, then I'm going to head towards the west loop. Now we have a small loop that went out maybe, I don't know, 100 feet, 150 feet. But I wanted to see if I could push the snow machine further into the soft snow and get as close to the western edge of my property as possible. I still ended up only about halfway to the edge from the center line, but it's farther than we'd gone, and it allows us to get closer to the cedars that are standing there. They're all dead cedars, so we're really excited about that. The trickiest thing about this is I have to keep momentum so I stay on top of the snow and I don't sink in. So Sammy's not on the back of the sled here. The next thing that's kind of tricky is I have to plan my route as I'm going to miss the trees. You can see I'm just kind of threading all these small little trees. And I end up stopping here because my only option was to go between this little gap, but there was one tree down and the snow machine didn't turn sharp enough to make that gap.
So now we're stopped at the tree and we've got to take it out. I try to break it, but apparently I don't weigh enough to do this, and it still has a lot of integrity in this tree. So I had to go and get the handsaw to take it out. We do cut it up and use this firewood. It burns quite nicely. It's keeping us warm. And thankfully there are others back here which we can also cut up and use for firewood, which is great.
I'd like to point out that there's not that much integrity into this wood, that it was snapped easily afterwards, but I was still stuck at this point in the snow up to my waist with one leg in the air, so I couldn't do anything but push on it gently. And of course, Sammy doesn't have weight to do anything but push on it gently. So she ended up walking back to where we had this sled on the hard packed snow, and she just dragged it over in the trail that I had made, which made it possible for her to make it across easily. But it's not like she was sinking.
And this is some of the views that are at the back of the marsh. There's more bush that Daniel owns past the marsh, and this is some of it. The property line is, I'd say, there's 200 feet, 300 feet at least beyond that. So we haven't actually gotten to the edge of the property yet. It is out there. We just haven't made it there yet. Oh, and I do sink down to my knee at some point because I'm not wearing my snowshoes. We find it quite funny.
Well, it's funny when she sinks in because, well, I mean, she's small and she can literally just crawl on to the top of the snow again, and she's moving forward. When I fall in, it hurts my back, it hurts my knees, it hurts everything. So it kind of sucks, but it never, or it so rarely happens to Sammy that it's hilarious when it finally does happen. We finally, I finally get to watch her sink in, and she knows what I go through every step of the way.
Although I sink a lot less than Daniel does, which...
Well, you sink a lot smaller depth than I do. So you'll go into your knee, I'll go into my hip.
Yes.
Especially back here because the snow is extremely deep back here.
Oh, and in this corner, I don't know if you can see it in the film,
here,
but there is a nest up off the right there in one of the trees where there's a giant bird that's up in there. I noticed it when Daniel was doing a loop of the east wing, and then he came back towards where we were with the firewood. There's something back there. I have no idea what it is, but it is big. It's very calm and peaceful back there too. Lots of birds are singing. It's a bit of a breeze. Again, gorgeous day, +7, sunshine. Snow is kind of melting.
Yeah, it was really warm today. I found that I was able to go most of the day without my jacket on, and I was still sweating like crazy. And our poor dogs got cooked in the shelter because Sammy decided to leave a big fire when she left. And I got back, it was like 50 degrees in here. Poor dog. And they were whining and whimpering, and she just thought it was because they wanted to see us. I think they were desperate for air. But they're fine. They are not cooked. They definitely were warm while we were gone.
And this is just more of the property at the back.
So essentially what Sammy's doing here, she's walking around that west loop that I made and showing, all the different sites that are there. Because there's a lot going on in that west loop, which is what I was interested in seeing.
And this is us heading back to the homestead. This is after I had pulled Daniel off the sled because as we were coming out, we did a circuit of the loops, and I fell off to the right side. And the way that he was sitting, I pulled him off. We were okay because we landed in the soft snow. It just, we really were not expecting it.
Yeah, it really threw me off because I was just riding along. Like, you can't tell, but my one leg is up on her leg. So when she decided to bail off, I all of a sudden had no idea why I was coming off the sled. And I had the choice to try and hold on or to aim for some soft snow that I seen. So I went for the soft snow, and I didn't hit myself on anything hard.
Love you.
Bye, guys.
Take care.
Talk to you later.
Bye.